The whistle blew, and the 5 girls jumped in. Horikita is in lane 2. Taking the lead in the beginning, she maintained her lead at a distance. She confidently came in first place. Oh, Horikita did it. Her time was about 28 seconds. That's pretty quick. Without even breathing heavily, Horikita slowly got out of the pool. The boys were staring at her bouncing ass as she got out of the pool. I also unintentionally looked at Horikita. Because she's a girl, there's something there. Yay. Then came the second race. Kushida was in lane 4. The boys were waving and cheering with smiles on their faces. Woo. They're some aggressive boys. Some of them even tried to look in between the girls' legs. During the self-introductions, Kushida declared to the whole class that she wanted to get along with everybody. It seems like her wish came true. She was constantly having friendly chats with all the boys around her. Kushida has an atmosphere that attracts other people to her. The second race started. It was pretty one-sided. The girl known as Onodera won the race in a landslide. Her time of 26 seconds was clearly the best time. Kushida got a time of 31 seconds, which was pretty good but only got her 4th place. I went to go talk to Horikita, who had gotten out of the pool. That's too bad. 2nd place. Those swim club members look relentless. Not really. I don't mind whether or not I lose. Do you have confidence in yourself? Obviously. I just don't have to be last. That's not something you should be proud of. And I thought boys would care more about winning and losing. I don't really like to compete with others. After all, I avoid trouble. I already gave up on trying to get 1st place. My only goal is to avoid the supplementary lessons. I was put in lane 2, while Sudo was in the 1st lane. Matching Sudo's pace was impossible, so I didn't even try to. I aimed to stay in the middle so I wasn't last place. Keeping that in mind, I dived into the pool. Finishing the 50 meters stretch with a great speed, Sudo looked up from the water. The boys and girls let out a voice of admiration. Is that even possible, Sudo? You finished in 25 seconds. I only got 36 seconds. About 10th place. Great, I don't have to take supplementary lessons then. Sudo, won't you join the swimming club? If you practiced, you'd compete pretty well. I plan on just playing basketball. Swimming's just for fun. Not even breaking a sweat from that small amount of swimming, Sudo calmly got out of the pool. Sudo certainly has good reflexes. Ike elbowed Sudo, feeling jealous. Yeah. A girl let out a scream of joy. Harada was on the start line. While Sudo's body gathered the admiration of the boys, Harada's body gathered the admiration of the girls. Harada is slender but still well built. You can call him a slender macho man. Hearing the cheering from the girls for Harada, Ike made a spitting gesture. Sudo also made a displeased face and glared at Harada. And apparently, slender macho is actually a term. If you win, I'll make sure to destroy you. I'll show you my full power. Wasn't swimming just for fun? When the teacher blew the whistle, Harada jumped in with a great form. As Harada paddled his arms, the girls on the side were cheering him on. His swimming form looks uselessly cool. He's surprisingly fast. Sudo calmly commented. Anyway, Harada is a pretty fast swimmer. The other 4 boys were quite a distance from Harada. His lead incited the girls to cheer him on even more. Harada took 1st place, exceeding my expectations. The loud cheers reverberated in the big indoor pool. Sensei, what was the time? Ike impatiently asked. Harada's time is 26.13 seconds. Alright, let's go, Sudo. If it's you, you can win. Bring down the hammer of justice. Leave it to me. I'll beat him thoroughly, then make his popularity drop to the ground. Sudo got fired up from Ike's words, but a loss from Harada probably wouldn't cause his popularity to drop. Hirata-kun, you were really cool. You're not just good at soccer, but also good at swimming. Is that so? Thanks. Hey, why are you looking at Hirata-kun with love in your eyes? Ha. You're the one ogling him. Key. And so on. Hirata's popularity exceeded frustration and is a shocking thing to watch. Stop, you guys. Don't fight over me. I belong to everyone. I want to get along with everyone. Just because I'm good at swimming doesn't mean you should fight over me. I don't know what he was hearing, but Koenji mistook those cheers for himself. With a refreshing smile, Koenji put his foot on the start line. Hey, why is Koenji wearing those Speedos? What? Wearing Speedos were allowed by the school, but no one else were wearing those. The girls looked away from Koenji's crotch area. However, for the third race, Koenji was the center of attention. His posture at the start looked like an athlete's. Not only his posture, but Koenji's figure is even better than Sudo's. The boys who were proud about their physicality, including Sudo, watched Koenji swim while gulping. I don't really care about winning or losing, but I don't like losing. Sudo muttered to himself. At the sound of the whistle, Koenji jumped into the pool with a great form. Wow. Sudo let out a surprised voice at Koenji's aggressive swimming. Hirata was also looking in amazement. His speed is really impressive. Of course, Sudo is also fast. Recording the time, the teacher looked at the stopwatch once again. Time is 23.22 seconds. As usual, my abdominal, back, and PSOAS major muscle are in shape. Not bad. And he actually uses the anatomical term for PSOAS major muscle. After getting out of the pool, Koenji smiled and brushed his hair. Still breathing evenly, it doesn't even look like he swam. I'm fired up. His fighting spirit burned after his time was beaten. To be honest, only Sudo has any chance at winner other than Koenji. Rather than the finals, this is more like a one-on-one between Sudo and Koenji. Because both Koenji-kun and Sudo-kun are fast, I'm looking forward to the finals. Yay! While waiting for the finals to start, Kushida spoke up. Because a shoujo in the swimsuit was next to me, I entered a state of emergency as my heart went oki. What is it? Your face is a bit red. By any chance, are you feeling sick? No, it's nothing like that. Even so, something looks off. Why do we have swimming classes in April anyway? That's because we have a great indoor pool. That reminds me, Kushida, you were really fast. To the point that it's impossible to imagine you being bad in middle school. You too, Ayanokoji, you were pretty fast. No, I'm just normal. I also don't like exercising much. Is that so? But Ayanokoji-kun looks pretty solid. Even though you're thin, you look as well built as Sudo. Kushida looked at me in surprise. I feel 10 times more nervous than when Horikita looked at me. There's no special reason, I was just born with it. That's the truth. The conversation revolved around my physical health. Even though I'm nervous, I feel oddly satisfied. It was only for a short while this time, but I want to talk with Kushida alone. Wow, Koenji's fast. I thought it would be Sudo's victory, but what is this, Ayanokoji? It looks like Koenji beat Sudo by about 5 meters for the victory. The commentating Ike suddenly turned to me with a face of a demon. What, why me? I didn't do anything. That's not it. He whispered to me while putting his arm over my shoulders. I'm aiming for Kushida-chan, so don't get in the way. I'm not trying to get in the way, but there are things in the world that are possible and things that aren't. I don't think Kushida is the type of girl to go for someone like Ike. Of course, she wouldn't go for me either.